Evening, hello, welcome to Forever United TV. Got my words mixed up there. I think it's just because I've heard news that Andre Onana is really being forced out of Manchester United now. Trying to stay calm, not get excited, and actually think of a future of this football club with no Andre Onana in it. Look, I don't want to go completely in on the player, but we're talking news tonight again as this window closes for the Turkish and Saudi Arabian leagues of Manchester United's former number one Andre Onana set to leave the football club. Oh, will he? Want to get the debate running, want to get your thoughts in the live chat, everybody, so pile in there please, everyone. Updates on Tyrell Malacia as well tonight and what's going on with him. International duty players as well. It is a kind of Friday night off for us all. We're not worried about the weekend, we're not too stressed. It is a sort of low-key live stream tonight, and we're just talking everything that's going on with our players, where we're at. Hopefully we come back through this weekend unscathed completely. I'm on countdown already to the Manchester derby, by the way. I mean, seriously, if you are a real United fan, you're already thinking that there's no international football. We're just ignoring this next 4 days worth of football right now, and we are fast forward straight to next Sunday. That's the big one. There's a big test for Manchester United and Ruben Amorim, where we come back from this international squad, who is going to be in goal, who is going to be up front, how he's going to shape up his team, where's Kobbie Mainoo going to fit. Did you see the post from Cole Palmer, free my boy Kobbie Mainoo? We don't need comments like that coming from Cole Palmer. We don't need Chelsea coming in and taking another one of our players away. Well, Garnacho, they've done us a favour. I've seen the clips of him trying to train and looking like he's absolutely blowing out of his ass. So pretty pleased that he is out of the football club now. Definitely don't want that type of character in and around Manchester United anymore, as we've spoken plenty about. But Kobbie Mainoo, that's a different story. All of that will unravel itself as we get closer to next weekend. So I'm already thinking about what's going to happen, who's going to play, who's going to feature, who's going to be on the bench, who's not going to play, more importantly. And all the talk is at the moment that Andre Onana is not going to play in this game. He has been told he is pretty much third choice goalkeeper at Manchester United now. Third choice goalkeeper, even behind Altay Bayındır, behind new player at Manchester United, new goalkeeper Senna Lamens as well. So this is now all well and truly ball firmly in Andre Onana's court and his decision whether or not to leave Manchester United. I've got a poll going right now. I want to gauge where you're at. Let's see what the fans are thinking. Do you think he's just going to be stubborn and think like he just belongs at Manchester United, like he has walked into every game doing so far? Do you think that he is going to see what's on the cards here and leave Manchester United? So a straightforward yes or no, please, in the live chat, in that poll, and tell me, do you think Andre Onana is going to take the hint and leave Manchester United this month? Because we've got just a week left of this window, near enough, in Turkey and in the Saudi Pro League. And the update today came from Graham Bailey earlier on this afternoon, and it reads pretty damning for Andre Onana, and that is, as it stands, Andre Onana could very well be facing up to the prospect of being Manchester United's number 3 in goal, with Altay Bayındır already ahead of him in the pecking order. Manchester United have informed Onana that he can find a new club, with a loan the most likely, but United are open to sale if possible. The number of clubs in Turkey, including Galatasaray, have shown an interest, but interest is starting to grow in Saudi Arabia. That's where we need him to go, because that might actually get Manchester United a sale. That might actually get Manchester United a permanent deal and him well and truly gone and not just on loan. But in all of this, do remember, Manchester United fans, that Andre Onana has indeed got just 1 year left on his contract after this season. So if we do loan him out for a season-long loan, which is what is likely, like Graham Bailey said there, then that will be Andre Onana into the last year of his deal, and Manchester United then finding it easier to sell him on at a cheaper price next summer. We've spoken about this plenty throughout the transfer window, of course. I will be glad when these windows are shut and we know what we're up against, and we'll know exactly what Ruben Amorim's plan is. If United can move Andre Onana on, life becomes a hell of a lot easier for our manager Ruben Amorim. He just wants the man out of there. Altay Bayındır, I think, is a decent enough number 2 on cheap wages that we're not really worried about too much. The fact that Andre Onana has got this massive reputation, this big character in and around Manchester United, who has got influence in and around Manchester United, I think this is the problem that Ruben Amorim has got. And I think that we do need to do whatever we can to get rid of him. And again, it comes back to what I said the other day. Why the hell is Ruben Amorim, in the midst of all of this carnage and what's going on with Man United's pre-season, telling Andre Onana that he's still part of his plans? Why is Ruben Amorim telling him after that Fulham game that he's still part of his plans? He doesn't need to find another club. He could have been done and dusted by now and out of the club. So why did Ruben do this? Honestly, I said it at the time, I think about a week ago. I'm still sitting here, right now thinking, why the hell did he have that stance with Andre Onana? I just don't know. Honestly, it baffles me still to this day. Why buy a goalkeeper, keep Bayender in as your number one for the Premier League games, and still tell Andre Onana that he's part of this club's future and is a big part of Ruben's plans? It makes no sense whatsoever, and Andre Onana just needs to go now. Find another club. United just need to keep this simple. Even if you've got to pay half of Andre Onana's wages, get him out of the club with no loan fee. Make it easy for someone to take him. Let him go and do well there, and then maybe you could sell him to that club for maybe, 10, 15 million in the summer. Get rid of him. Get him gone out of Manchester United, and Man United can move forward then with Senna Lamens and Altay Bayender or whoever else comes in. By the way, Radat Vitek in Bristol City, Player of the Month. Fantastic start for him. So that's something that needs to be remembered as well. We have mentioned this quite a lot with Man United's academy players. The video that we spoke about earlier on, with Shea Lacey, Gabe Biancheri and Sekou Kone, and Manchester United holding on to them players so they could feature for Ruben Amorim later on in the season, not loaning them players out because they are the ones that are seen as ready to make that step up to Manchester United's first team. Radat Vitek is another academy player for Manchester United that could play a massive part in the future in a certain position. Even if these young academy players are not making the first team, they're in the matchday squad. They're filling gaps and they're filling spaces there for Manchester United to use instead of Deadwood, which is earning a fortune. Going back to last season when we had absolute wasters sat on the bench, like Tyrell Malacia, like Marcus Rashford, sometimes Antony as well, Garnacho, these players just sat there, that earning a fortune, and you know as a United fan that Ruben Amorim is never going to bring them players onto the pitch. You know that he's not going to do it, and it grinds you down, doesn't it, as a fan? If you know as a United fan that them players sat on the bench are costing the club absolutely nothing, they're players that we have brought through ourselves from our own academy, and they're the ones that are going to be stepping up and pushing these first team players that Ineos have brought in under this new recruitment team, then you feel a lot better about where your football club is going. As long as the players are there, is the point I'm trying to make in this video, like Onana, then you're never fully confident that we're moving forward. There's always going to be that temptation. We brought him in, he was great. Yeah, we might not have played him for a while because he was bad, but surely we can bring him in and he might do a job for us. Maybe rekindle his form and his relationship with Ruben. No, take it out of the equation completely and just let Andre Onana get on with his career away from Manchester United. Bring back Vitek in the summer, sell one of Bayender or Vitek as the number 2, and push forward with Senna Lamens, hopefully, as the goalkeeper for the next 10 years for this football club. Perfect little plan, is it not? Well, yes, there's a lot that needs to go right for that to all come about, but that is really there. And we've covered all of that through today's videos and what's actually happening at Manchester United. I do believe that we are now in a position where the coach can actually call the shots. There is nobody saying anything behind the scenes. Yes, it's hard work. Yes, it's sometimes not easy getting rid of certain players that have that influence in the dressing room, but big decisions we all knew needed to be made this summer, and we're nearly there. We are nearly there. Don't ruin it by not getting rid of Andre Onana. We are almost at the end of getting rid of the whole bomb squad and 2 extra players that really underperformed last season for Manchester United in key positions as well. That being Rasmus Højlund at number 9, gone, and 38 million, 43 million coming in total for him is an absolute masterstroke from Ineos. But to get Andre Onana out of this club as well, on top of that whole entire bomb squad and Rasmus Højlund, then you're standing up and applauding the summer, I feel. I don't care what people say about bringing players in. The amount of work that's gone into Manchester United's transfer window and the amount of work that's gone into getting rid of these players is absolutely massive. And we do need to recognise that, I think, as a fan base and look at the importance of it for Ruben Amorim going forward. Because while they're there, they're a problem. If they're not there, they're out of sight, they're out of mind. Full concentration is on the football, the players he's got, the players that he has got that he wants to use. That's the big difference in Manchester United right now. And I think is going to be the massive difference going forward for this football club this season. If he is still there, he's a problem for Senna Lamens. I say this, and people will knock me down on this and shoot and fire straight back at me. I don't care. If Andre Onana is there, he isn't going to help Senna Lamens develop as a Manchester United goalkeeper. I'm sorry. I've seen this man. I've seen him in person. He will befriend him. He will get in. There's so much that he will do that won't help Senna Lamens, I don't think. He's on more money. He's a more established goalkeeper. He's a full international senior goalkeeper, supposedly in the peak of his career, thinking that he should be in this young goalkeeper who's never played a season in the big leagues in European football. He is going to be there at Manchester United. United need to be moving heaven and earth to move Andre Onana on. And like I said, even if it's a loan, to get him out and pay 50% of his wages, whatever it costs Manchester United, move Onana on, and United will prosper from that. It's not going to be financially beneficial. There's nothing in Andre Onana that's going to benefit Manchester United financially right now. Get him paid off, get him out of this football club, and let's forget about it. Turn the page, accept your loss, time to move on. I'm really happy that I'm hearing these stories that Saudi might actually be interested in Andre Onana right now, because that makes Manchester United look at this even harder and think that they might get something out of this and maybe push it even harder to get him gone. That's what I think with Andre Onana right now anyway. So a few votes coming in as well. 58% of you feel that Andre Onana will take the hint and leave Manchester United this month. 58% of you in the chat are on that already. Get in with your comments on this and tell me where you're at with Andre Onana. I'm going to come into that right now. I'm just going to scroll up a little bit just to see where everyone is at with it. First of all, Amram should leave with Onana as well, says Limitless. I think he deserves more time than that, mate. Anthony says Onana should have been moved on straight after dropping out of the Champions League. If we want to get back to being a powerhouse of football, then we got to make these calls. Simon says a big part of the squad and the great in the dressing room because he's a clown off the pitch as well as on it. Pretty much nailed it with that one there, Simon, mate. I agree. But in and around the football club, there'll be players in there that actually like Andre Onana. He's a likeable guy. There are a lot of United players that do get on well with Andre Onana. And like Romano said the other day with his tweets, Ruben Amorim still has a good relationship with Andre Onana. He'll just come back from international duty, or he will be coming back thinking he's the bee's knees again because he kept a couple of clean sheets. Well, he's kept one more game to play for Cameroon, but one game in, one clean sheet. This is what I am. Honestly, the guy's deluded. He really is deluded. It sounds like I'm really going in on him now, and I've got a big issue with him. I have got a big issue with him because everyone else is suffering because of him. Sometimes you have to get in there and make a call for the betterment of that actual football team. And with Andre Onana there, it's not going to happen. United are not going to move forward. I wonder if Onana watched those YouTube clips of himself making mistakes, he'll laugh at himself. Yeah, he'll be part of the joke. And still thinks he's going to get into this bleeding side. That's what we're looking at right now with him. It's, honestly, the levels of delusional thinking within this man and some other players in this team, honestly. And you know what, actually on this, like I said this at the start of the summer, when we heard about Rasmus Højlund, when we heard about how Manchester United might be allowing him to leave, Ornstein, Whitwell, Romano, they were all saying it. I'm just like, no one's going to buy Rasmus. No one's going to buy Rasmus. They're not going to be able to sell him. And then we ended up moving him on. Like the big push, like the Athletic knew, Romano knew. Every major journalist out there knew that Man United were looking to move Rasmus Højlund on this summer. Why wasn't there the same push for Andre Onana? I find it staggering how goalkeepers get treated differently to the other players on the pitch. Them goalkeepers have a massive effect on them players on that pitch. And if they're not confident in that goalkeeper, their performances drop as well. And there's always someone to replace them. Always someone there to replace them. And so we've gone in literally 2 weeks, and this is where there's absolute bullshit in the media as well. When Andre Onana was dropped for Fulham, remember this, and I remember the reports and what was being spoken about in the media at the time, and they were saying even Onana's teammates who were staggered that he hadn't been reinstated back into the first team. A week later, Manchester United are out of the Carabao Cup Manchester United players have given up hope on both goalkeepers right now and are calling for a change. I remember the headlines. They were all saying the same thing. And that, I think, is where this has all been driven from. Like, the media just haven't had the same agenda as they have with other players at Manchester United as they have with Andre Onana. And he's the worst player in this team in terms of doing his job and doing the basics. And this is why I always said, if it came to midfielder and goalkeeper, change the goalkeeper, because our options in midfield are better than our options in goal. So if we had to choose between one, and don't get me wrong, I still wanted the midfielder, and it's crucial for Manchester United, but I just know that Manchester United can have all the possession, all the attempts on goals. If them strikers don't score, if them midfielders don't make pinpoint passes and give the ball away, and don't give the ball away, Andre Onana is going to let them down. Ahmad gave the ball away in midfield in that Grimsby game. The ball came out wide to the left-hand side. A simple shot was taken. Instead of using his feet, he tries to get his big frame down on the floor, and it goes right under him, like most shots do. You cannot make a mistake. You cannot make a mistake when this goalkeeper's in there. And that plays through every single one of these Man United players' minds. I'm telling you right now, it affects games. If you've got a solid goalkeeper, you become more confident of playing your game. You can express yourself more because you're not worried about what's going to happen behind you. You're not worried about stupid mistakes. I am going to keep on driving this home. Yes, I'm in the Defenders Union, the Centre-Backs Union, and I know that a good goalkeeper always made me play better. I know that if I played better, the midfield in front of me would play better. And the strikers and forwards in front of that midfield, because the midfield was confident and the link between the defence and midfield was good, they would play better as well. It breeds confidence throughout the team. And I'll say this again. Every single team above us in this league has got an elite goalkeeper. I'm in Chelsea. But that's there. If you want to win the trophies, you want to climb that table, you invest in your goalkeeper. Manchester City, Arsenal, Liverpool. Look what Newcastle were trying to do in the summer in trying to get another goalkeeper. Look what every single team above Manchester United have got and what we have got in goal. I'm telling you right now, Andre Onana in goal is the difference in 10 points and moving up £20 million worth of league placings in this Premier League table. That's what Andre Onana in goal is for Manchester United. He's already cost us games and gate revenues for throwing away the Carabao Cup. And yes, United were crap in that game, but he threw it away and gave it to Grimsby. United should have won that game, probably 2-1, something like that, because Andre Onana couldn't keep the ball out of his net. Simple task that he needed to do. Couldn't do. Everyone else on the pitch was off, but just about did enough to get us the win in that game. But like I said, they can't afford to make mistakes. And they kept on making mistakes, and Andre Onana kept on letting the goals in. He is the worst player in his position in this team. Like, he is the worst player at Manchester United by far. And he's still at the football club. And we're looking like he's going to be the last one out of the door. I guess he is not highly rated, but why wait till the end of the transfer market to inform him he's no longer needed? I'd run my contract down if I were him. Yep, this is the problem now, Mark. And this is where people now would, this is where Onana now and his people would start to think, well, sod ya. That's it. I'm not playing Premier League football at the moment. I've still got into the Cameroon international team, so I'm just going to sit here now and be a pain in the arse. They've created this problem themselves, Manchester United, yet again. I cannot get it in my head why they would do this. It's madness. It really is. But yeah, that is the big headline from today. That is that Andre Onana is now being told by Manchester United, after the window has closed in Europe, that he needs to find another club. Whether or not there was a plan and they wanted to push him towards the Saudi Pro League, I got no idea. Honestly, could not tell you. But Manchester United have made it clear, apparently, according to Graham Bailey, there is growing interest in the Saudi Pro League for Andre Onana because he's on loan. That's the difference. Saudi Pro League. Only Manchester United would move a player on to the Saudi Pro League for nothing. That just sums up Manchester United in the transfer window right there, doesn't it? It really does. Quickly, Rodders, welcome back to the Members Club, my friend. Classico, welcome to the Members Club. Greg, thank you for renewing your membership. Absolute legends, a lot of you. Greg, with his chat, says, playing Andre Onana is like putting your heating on full blast and opening all the doors and windows. Peace and love, and come on, 100k, baby. Let's go. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, everyone. We are closing in. We are just over 400 away from the 100k mark. Let's have it. Come on, people, get hitting that subscribe button. Also, please do like the video as well, everyone. Get your votes in on that poll and get your comments in like everybody else is doing. Joseph again says, don't know Onana contract add on games played, money to save. I'm not sure, there's a bit of a typo in there, Joseph, mate. Graham Bailey is not reliable at all, man. It's not just him that's saying it, mate. He's just jumping onto what everyone else is saying. That's how he works. You've got a point in what you said there, mate. But still, he does jump onto what everyone else is talking about. So you can take this as Manchester United are letting Andre Onana know. Most of the Man United journalists as well have said the same thing now, that Andre Onana is looking likely to be moved on by Manchester United. That's what's happening right now. In terms of Manchester United transfers, again, remember this morning on the morning show when we was talking about Fabrizio Romano, talking what happened in the transfer window, the selling clause with Antony going for the midfielder. Well, AC Milan came in for Matthias de Ligt, was another story as well. Did not know about this one. It went right under the radar, obviously, because nobody would think that Man United would sell Matthias de Ligt in the transfer window. But United hit AC Milan with a substantial fee, or substantial transfer fee, and they buckled at the opportunity. I don't know why would be even thinking about selling Matthias de Ligt right now. Pointless, in my opinion. And there's plenty of players still in this team now that are ahead of Matthias de Ligt in terms of performances that need to be moved on before he does anyway. But be interesting to know exactly what that was and what fee that was for Matthias de Ligt that Manchester United were asking for. Very, very interesting, in fact. Jamie in the chat says, we are fully interactive, by the way, everybody. So if you've got a question or anything you want to ask, it is a chilled out Friday night show here with all of the news as well. So let's get your comments in. Let's get your questions in, everybody. Get involved in that poll as well. It's all about Onana right now and what's happening. We are trying to manifest this man leaving Manchester United. Again, I've got nothing against the man as a guy, and as a person. I just think he's the worst goalkeeper we have ever seen. At this football club. Kaz has just messaged me now. It's got to be 80 million for Matthias de Ligt. He's not Manchester United. We're not looking to sell him. Although they did say at the start of the summer that all Manchester United players were up for sale. There was no one unsellable at the football club. So, yeah, interesting. But there will be a high price for Matthias de Ligt. A player fully in his prime. Absolute beast of a man. Please, Man United, don't sell Matthias de Ligt. I had reservations about Matthias de Ligt, by the way, when we were first going for him. Firmly put back in my place. And happy to say it as well. Well done, de Ligt, for proving quite a few people wrong in terms of his injury record. Touch wood again. Quality, speed and handling. What the Premier League is. He was written off by a few. I didn't think he was going to be as good as he is, but that man is an absolute monster of a defender. I love him. Absolutely love him. Jamie B, hi Adam. I know we have Lamans and I will back him, but just wish we got a goalkeeper that walks into the number one position straight away with no questions. I do have a feeling Amorim won't be starting him right now. I get you. I know, mate. I know. If we'd have bought Emi Martinez, Manchester United would have been putting him straight into the side. That was the beauty of bringing Emi Martinez into Manchester United, wasn't it? It was the guarantee. Now you just got more uncertainty. And because Andre Onana's there, it's more and more uncertainty because until he leaves, you're always wondering, is he going to manage to come back into this bleeding starting lineup? And that's the biggest fear, innit, with all Man United fans right now. Peter says, Adam, I just wonder, was the manager saying he wanted Onana just to keep him happy and not cause a problem with players getting in their head and ears? I don't know, to be honest. Personally, I don't think so. I really don't. And I look at it and say, right now, no. I can't see that, mate. I really can't. Graham says, if offers 50 million, if there's offers 50 million for De Ligt, I'm taking it. I'm not. I think that's suicide, Graham. You're losing a leader and you're losing an absolute brilliant defender for Manchester United who's been one of our best performers. 50 million doesn't cut it because you're not going to be able to replace him with 50 million again. Honestly, right now, I would sell Leacher over Matthias De Ligt. That's what I think about him. Disagree with what Graham says there completely. But look, everyone thinks and has their own opinions on these players. Like, I would sell Leacher ahead of Matthias De Ligt right now. I think he's more reliable. I think he is. I think he reads the game better than any of our defenders. I really do. I think his positional sense is exemplary. I do. And he knows where his weaknesses are. That's the beauty that I think we've got in Matthias De Ligt. He knows he's not the quickest. His positional sense is absolutely spot on. So, yes, that is it. So, I don't agree with what Graham said there in terms of Matthias De Ligt. I have to shut Graham down on that one, I'm afraid. Shut it down, Graham, on that one. But you're still welcome to your opinion, mate. And I do get it. So, it's okay still. But do shut it down, Graham. I'm not having De Ligt leaving this team. We like to have a bit of banter as we go into the Friday night. That's all it is, everybody. One more injury by Leacher, though. I don't know what you're saying there, Steve. Sorry. I would sell Leacher now. One more injury is my biggest concern with Leacher. Like 3 major injuries right now. He isn't a walk straight into this team anymore. I've got 3 players pretty much ahead of him right now in my head. And I said this earlier on today. I think Mazraoui, De Ligt, Yoro, and who's my other one there? Mazraoui. So that was it. Yeah. So De Ligt, Mazraoui, and Yoro are all ahead of Leacher for me in this Man United defence right now. He has to work his way back into this side. He isn't reliable enough fitness-wise, and he's had more than enough chances now. Graham, Matthias De Ligt is a leader. Yes, he is. Disagree again. De Ligt, absolutely not for sale. Maguire, fine. If any decent offer comes in, I don't think it will, mate. Sorry, TVM, it won't. Willem Heaton on the bench maintains our record of academy players in matchday squads. That's embarrassing, isn't it, if you're clinging on to that for picking a team? It really is. Fred says, sorry guys, the gorgeous ladies hit first. Hi Steph. All right, sorry mate. Just saying hello to everyone, are you? What about me, Fred? I'm only joking, mate. Carry on, buddy. I will say, though, I can see what you might be saying. We've got a lot of centre-backs, and if you prefer currently wasn't De Ligt, if your preference wasn't De Ligt, then you'd defo be wise to take 50 million for him. That's Greg replying to Graham there. It's great. Like, everyone's got their opinions on what's right and what they would see in this defence. But, again, I asked the question, you're getting rid of De Ligt, who's performing week in, week out. You've still got Shaw. You've still got Maguire. These are the players that Manchester United need to be moving on before Matthias De Ligt. You're not going to find a replacement like Matthias De Ligt right now, who you know you can rely on in them defences. You're really not. Who's the best out of the 3 defenders from this list? Lenny Yoro, Matthias De Ligt, Nus Mazraoui, Lisandro Martinez. You got 4 options there. That's the poll right now, everybody. Who is the best defender out of them 4 centre-backs at Man United right now? We've opened up a good old debate off that news that AC Milan might have been in for Matthias De Ligt this summer. Sorry, I was getting mixed up there. Lenny Yoro, as expected, is leading the way early doors on that one. Keep your poll votes coming in on that one, please, everybody. Janice says, Graham, while don't often disagree with you, but I think De Ligt is and will be a significant leader for us. He did a great job at Ajax when very young. Yeah, look, there's nothing wrong with De Ligt. We shouldn't be talking about him right now. We should be talking about the players that really should be moved on from Manchester United. I don't think that Ruben Amorim is looking anywhere near Matthias De Ligt as a potential outgoing of Manchester United. It's just that is my opinion on it, and I believe that from what I've seen. I think his performances have been right up there. ATKO says Leacher is crap. Loose-headed, thinks he's a wing back, stays wide and has to hack their winger down, and he's too small. A couple of good games in his time at United. De Ligt is okay, but still elite yet. Still elite yet. I think he's supposed to say, but still not elite yet. And that there's just a bit of a typo there, mate. No, okay. Look, Matthijs de Ligt isn't an elite defender. What are we classing as an elite defender right now? Are we taking the Virgil van Dijk type of players? What is an elite defender? That's what you've got to look at here, I think. One player isn't elite is Tyrell Malacia. And there is more talks about another offer coming in from Turkey for Tyrell Malacia. That's being, so looking at it now, Turkish side Isaspor, I think is how you say it, Asiaspor, have started negotiations for Tyrell Malacia. So what this report will mean is that Asiaspor, if that is how you pronounce it, apologies if I've said that wrong there, will be now talking to Tyrell Malacia's representatives over a potential move, and then it goes to Manchester United. Are United going to try and hold out for some form of permanent deal for Tyrell Malacia? Tyrell Malacia is worth 5 million of anybody's money right now. And again, what you've got here is clubs trying to take Tyrell Malacia from Manchester United on loan because he's on 75 grand a week wages, and no one wants to pay that. Teams in Turkey do definitely not want to pay that, particularly teams that are out of that top 2 or 3 in that league. They don't want to pay, like your Besiktas, Fenerbahce and Galatasaray. Unless you're one of them teams, you've got no chance of affording what Tyrell Malacia wants. So, the talks of negotiations starting with Tyrell Malacia, I can see that. I don't think we're Manchester United yet. I think it will be obviously around the personal terms at the moment. And then after that, maybe United can get a deal done. I can fully see it being a loan, maybe with an obligation. I don't know. With 1 year left on his deal, I just think Manchester United, cut your losses, take whatever you can. Even if you're doing a deal like the Donny van der Beek one, when you're taking 2 or 3 million quid to get rid of him, just do this for Malacia. It's embarrassing for Manchester United now. We need these players out of the door. The fact that nobody wants these players tells you exactly how poor the recruitment was from Manchester United, in particular under Erik ten Hag. Again, it's appalling right now. The best player that Erik ten Hag brought in, I have to say, probably was between Casemiro and Christian Eriksen. Both seen out their contracts, and both actually did have an impact. Whether or not you feel like they are players for the future of this football club is a debate on its own, but every single player that Erik ten Hag brought in, really, for me, in them first 2 years, and this shows you how important Ineos were, because let's not forget, to give Ten Hag some credit, he was the one that brought in Matthijs de Ligt and Lenny Yoro and Mazraoui, so players that I would want to stay at Manchester United. So Ten Hag has made some good signings, but Ten Hag in the 2 years with Arnold and Murto, disaster, absolute disaster. Antony, gone. Rasmus Højlund, gone. Eriksen finished his career, fair enough, gone. Leacher, not fit enough, never fit enough. Malacia, gone, pretty much, finished. Andre Onana, we want out of the door. There's 6 already, half a dozen players that he brought in them 2 years that we want out of the door. Bayindir, another player we want gone. Not good enough. The list goes on and on and on for Manchester United, and it won't ever stop unless you cut your cloth according and accept that you was wrong, get rid of the players, try and start again. And like I said, the importance of the video from earlier on with the younger players coming through from Manchester United's academy, they're there to cover the gap for now while you rebuild again. And then players will do twice the job as what a Antony, a Malacia, or an Andre Onana or a Rasmus Højlund will do. Like we've seen last year, Chido isn't ready yet to come into Manchester United, but in the games he played, he was already doing more than what a fully fit, ready to go, established player like Rasmus Højlund was doing. There is massive differences in levels of mentality in players. And I think there's been too many that have just come to United thinking that they've already made it because they've been paid the world, And this is where Tyrone Lassie is as well. Just walking around Carrington, happy daft, 75 grand a week wages, no one going anywhere near him. That, I think, is the big problem right now. And we all know it's the big problem at Manchester United. Everybody knows where Man United have fallen down over the last few years, and it's been in that transfer window. Simple as. Please keep them likes coming in, everybody. Let's see if we can get as close to 500 as possible on the live show today. Thank you, everybody who has been part of the show. I'm going to get through some more comments right now as well. Make sure you also hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification button as well. By the way, everybody, the shirt giveaway, the Manchester United replica shirt giveaway, we're giving 3 of them away tomorrow for the watch-along on Football Talks between England and Andorra. I was going to do a post, but tomorrow morning's show on FUTV, we're going to tell you the instructions and put it in a comment on that show, just to make sure everybody gets the idea of how to enter the competition. Shirt giveaway. 3 shirts will be given away by OK Jerseys in the show tomorrow. And don't forget, tomorrow, everybody, we are going full bore match bingo. So make sure that you have got your match bingo cards. Mega bonuses on offer for this weekend's internationals. And we are covering it tomorrow on Football Talks live watch along. But right here, right now, is match bingo time for you all. And to be honest, I think I now can count, there's actually more that I can think of off the top of my head. 12 people alone on FUTV that have won on Match Bingo. People sending me screenshots, even the mod Stu in the chat right there, showing me his winnings and everything that he's taken so far from Match Bingo. It's so easy to play and it's so easy to win. I'm giving you your chance to get involved right now on Match Bingo, everybody. The link is in the live chat right now. I'm going to pin it right up there for you. The QR code is on your screen in just a moment. When Match Bingo shows up, you will see it there. You can scan that or click on the link in the live chat right now. That will take you right through to the Apple Store where you can download the Match Bingo app. Create your account, dead simple, free of charge. Then all you need to do is deposit as little as £5 into your account. As a new customer, Match Bingo will double that instantly and give you £10. But if you put in the promo code section FUTV, all caps, you will be boosted by 200%, giving you the chance, like Stu, the mod in the chat has had, to win big on Match Bingo. Earnings up to 250 quid just for the England game tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to be playing along with mine. It's £2 a card. All you do is play Match Bingo. All you do is play bingo with match events. So scoring goals in a certain minute, hitting the post a certain minute, a left-footed goal, right-footed goal, headed goal. All of them different match events are on your card. You got 15 of them. You get £25 instant win for a line, another £25 for another line. If you get the jackpots, if you get all 15, you could be winning upwards of 200 quid on the game itself. So join me tomorrow on Football Talks, on the watch-along between England and Andorra. Play along with us, have a bit of banter on Match Bingo with us tomorrow, and we're going to bring out some winners. I am fully confident of it. But get onto them offers right now because it gives you a great chance of winning. And there is so many people that have won now on FUTV. I love it. Massive thank you again to our partners for the match days on Match Bingo. Cheers for that. Make sure you get involved, everybody. QR code up on your screen right now. De Ligt is our best centre-back still, says Meglaman. Love that name, by the way. In terms of the poll, who is the best centre-back at Manchester United out of these 4? Lenny Yoro, Matthijs de Ligt, Nus Mazraoui and Lisandro Martinez. Lenny Yoro's winning at 48%, closely followed by Matthijs de Ligt at 39%. Mazraoui 5% and Lisandro Martinez 9% right now. That is the poll. Mr. Dacia Sandero says, Rasmus had spades of mental toughness. He was just recruited under the wrong umbrella. Plenty of willing and effort with snippets of what he could do. He will do well in Italy. No doubt he'll do well in Italy. I agree with that one. I really do. But he just didn't work for United. And this is the thing. Like maybe Andre Onana, like we've seen on his international duty, no problems, no drama. But at Manchester United, if you're there in the headlines, if you're there under the spotlight, you are going to get scrutinised and scrutinised and scrutinised. I don't think he can handle it. I don't even know what he's doing at the moment, and I don't think he knows what he's doing at the moment. That, I think, is the big problem right now. He doesn't know what game he's playing. United need to rectify that problem. Excuse me. Why are people crying for Højlund? The guy didn't score goals. He's a flop in the EPL. He's a flop in the EPL. That's from Sesko Lover. I wonder why you said that. Sesko over Rasmus. Rasmus has so much love for the badge. Shame he didn't get to show his worth, but a good move to Italy and shine. He did get a chance to show his worth, and he failed. I think we need to remember that. He just was not good enough, and that's why United have made it their big sole purpose to move him on. And no one, and I mean nobody, if I asked the question at the start of this window, would have said Rasmus Højlund was leaving Manchester United. Not one person would have said it. And I bet anybody right now, I would have taken a bet on anything or anyone saying that Rasmus was going to be leaving Man United. I said it all the way through the summer. No chance. Not a chance. Nowhere near Manchester United's outgoing list. Never going to happen. I remember saying the words. I do. I totally disagree with Rasmus. He was terrible and couldn't even do basic things like holding the ball up and staying on his feet. That from McForty. Yeah, I don't think you're going to get much love for Rasmus Højlund in the chat. He really isn't good enough and never showed that he was good enough. And I'm not having that he didn't get his chance either. He had chances, he had clear-cut chances as well, and never took them chances. That was the difference. Adam then wins at Word Gems, not mine, mate. Smash the likes. All right. So, actually, Stuart's actually got wins off Gems. Gems is the one that's the lucky one on Match Bingo right now. You just need to be a bit more clever, Stu. You need to just bet on the game this weekend because I told you, and you might win, mate. So, that's it. But well done to Gems. He's on a roll at the moment. It's okay for it not to work out and him still put effort in and we part ways. It's healthy and it doesn't need to be a conflict at all. And it wasn't with Rasmus Højlund. And we praised Rasmus Højlund for his professionalism when leaving Manchester United, didn't we? I think there was all Manchester United fans were shocked but happy he went and happy that he didn't kick up a stink. He definitely didn't do a Jadon Sancho, Anthony or a Alejandro Garnacho. Didn't. So that's one thing that we do need to remember as well. Right. Let's see. Adam Rasmus came to United to be developed and nurtured. The club failed him. No, I disagree, mate Morgan. Rasmus came to Manchester United for £64 million to be a number one striker, and he jumped at the chance to take that number 9 shirt in his second season. He failed. There's nothing more needs to be said. There's the reason why Napoli are spending over £40 million on him. They still think that he should be a number one striker. He just isn't good enough for Manchester United. That's they're the facts. Simple as on that one. Shu is telling me that he's won now, so that's all right then. A lot of the goals that Rasmus scored, he didn't know anything about them. The ball basically hit him and went in. To be fair, he was a professional in his attitude. To be honest, it shows you where we're at, doesn't it? If all we're clinging on to right now is how professional Rasmus Højlund actually is and what his attitude is. That's what we've got at Man United right now. Well, at least he's professional. Right, I'm going to wrap things up there, everybody. We are fully up to date with all the news and everything going on. We'll keep on rolling the live shows out. Tomorrow we're back at 8 o'clock in the morning with your updates. Make sure that you are there, everybody. The weekend is here. Soon be through this international weekend, everyone. Join us tomorrow, don't forget, for the watch-along for England. We're going to be doing a FUTV live show leading into that watch-along. So double-header show tomorrow night, everybody. Make sure that you are there. Make sure that you are there having your say on everything happening in that England game. We're going to entertain ourselves as well. Maybe do a few quizzes. And we're obviously going to do the giveaway as well, just to keep everybody entertained on their Saturday while there's no football to watch. Because international football is crap, innit? It really, really is. Don't forget, everybody, the link for Match Bingo for tomorrow's game is right there in the live chats, people. Get onto that. Grab your chance now. Boosting your sales by 200%. FUTV in the promo code. boost your numbers instantly and grab yourself a chance of winning big on that game tomorrow, England against Andorra. Also, we're doing the giveaway, but if you want to get your shirts now, don't forget, QR code there on the screen, OK Jerseys. You can now use the promo code Adam and get an extra bit of discount on top of already really reduced price shirts and jerseys for all football clubs around the world. As little as £13 to £14 now with promo code Adam on OK Jerseys, everybody. Get involved. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thank you, mods. Thank you, all the new members. Thank you, new subscribers as well, who've joined us on the stream tonight. Get your comments in below on Andre Onana. Do you think he's going to take the hint and leave Manchester United? That is it for tonight, everyone. I will see you all in the morning. Have a fantastic evening. And, yeah.